finally got to stop off at the famous SuperSausage Biker Café. I had attempted to go there in the past, but it was rammed with people, so put me off. So yeah, just on my way to my mum's, and I can tick that one off the list now to say that I've had a bite to eat and a coffee at the SuperSausage Café on the A5. So I just got back from a super duper trip from Italy. Not on a bike, unfortunately. Something I'd love to do, but this was a mission. You can see my videos if you're interested. A mission to go and discover a bunch of antique violins, the violin of Paganini, and go and see the birthplace of Stradivari. So I moved around Milan, Genoa and Cremona. Milan was our base, that's where our hotel was. And it was just really super culturally enriching trip. And I suppose really it had been way too long, the gap between this trip to Italy and the last time I went. About just before I was married, so we're talking 2007 last time I went. And there's still an awful lot to see in Italy. There's some interesting violin stuff going on down the south in Naples. There's a museum in Naples. I did get to see the instrument museum in Milan because I selected a Monday, the final day, as a day to do that, and without checking if the museum was open on a Monday, sure enough closed on Mondays, so that's alright. It gives me an excuse to go back to Milan. Can get a bit expensive, and the money can slip straight out of your hands very quickly when you're in Italy, in Milan especially. Very expensive for hotels. We kind of worked it so that we stayed 2 nights in the airport hotel and 2 nights in the central Cagrandi, both times in a Novotel, and that worked out reasonable enough price. But yeah, you can spend a lot on hotels in Milan. And as you're going out and about, sort of going on the metro, buying coffees, gelatos, eating, you soon clock up a lot, not to mention the wife's clothes shopping spree. But on that note, it's a super place to go and get clothes. I did get a few clothes myself. The styles there, I have to put the name of the store where we went. This Italian store that is just beautiful. It's not even a designer store. Normally do like to buy designer clothes because they last a lot longer, so you get your money's worth in the end. But maybe you could say a mid-range clothes store, but really just beautiful stuff in there. So I almost want to go back to Milan just for the musical instrument museum, and to go back to that store, and maybe this time go with an empty bag and try and load up on some clothes. It's stuff you simply won't find here. And even if you go into like Mango in Italy, they do stuff that you don't get here. It's unusual like that. So, but if I did go back, I probably won't go for 4 nights because it's just too easy. I mean, ended up spending, I think, over £2,000, not including flights, including hotels, I guess. Not, maybe with flight, maybe all in about £2,500 for 4 nights. Just seems a bit steep because you could almost get an all-inclusive resort for that. But I don't regret it because of the violin videos I was able to produce for my channel, and just being able to experience the, you know, the classical violin, the world of Paganini, Stradivari, Bergonzi, Storioni, Amati, Guarneri. You can reel off all the Cremonese names, and Genoa is kind of a very Paganini focused trip to see his violin and memorabilia. It's just something special about Italy, where it has been said all the best things come from there. The best cars, best food. I would disagree on the food, although I love Italian food. I think French has the edge. But a lot of people will say Italian food's the best. Best art, best architecture, and definitely 100% the best violins, the best cars. Without a shadow of a doubt. I don't know, Bugatti I guess is French, it sounds Italian. But yeah, the Ferrari for me is where it's at. And what is it that makes them, you know, it's where the Renaissance happened, which lifted Europe out of the horrible Dark Ages into a period of enlightenment. That's something we have to try and get back to, and celebrate our Western culture. You know, forget all this BLM, Black Lives Matter rubbish. Not that I think slavery past is anything to be proud of. It's horrible. You know, I have black people in my own family. What I'm trying to say here is just not to be ashamed of the white culture. To me, it's the pinnacle of human success. Going to Italy and just reminding myself of how rich my European heritage is, and how perilously we are really to maybe losing that identity. They're trying to kind of make you feel ashamed of who you are and trying to squash it. White privilege and what is it they call it, critical race theory, and all this communist crap. A lot of people are waking up to and rejecting. I don't vote because I don't vote for any parasitic one, but it is reflected in who people really vote for, you know. Sorry. And I don't know why I beeped that guy by mistake. Yeah, they're voting for the populist politicians, aren't they? And that's what they're worried about, but because they've overplayed their hand with this, oh, I need to be so ashamed because I'm white. And Italy has its own set of problems with migrants. I've seen all the videos on Telegram. I've got to say though, I didn't feel uncomfortable or unsafe anywhere. Maybe because I didn't go to any really dodgy areas, although I did walk straight through the red light district of Genoa with the wife and kids without at all intending to. But yeah, it's multicultural, but it was fine. So yeah, very enjoyable Italy tour. I'm going to sign off now. This is Lost Poem, aka Crypto Smith, and ciao for now.